When the little boy.
Red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want that to happen at all. But it happened, and I was like, I did.
I think the only stream I cried on was well, besides Dark Souls. Um, that's for completely different reasons. The other one was like when I first played Halo 4 and the ending of Halo 4. Oh God.
So,
You and Halo 4, I don't understand that.
I love it.
It was not a great story.
It was a
good
lovely story.
No.
Not as good as ODST, but
So,
Well, I mean, that's by far the best Halo.
so yeah.
hi.
Hey guys,
What's up?
the show has started.
Ah.
Good morning, everybody. This is Anthony Brown from Mission Start Podcast. This is your weekly Saturday morning news talk show. And with me today, a little less than last week, but today we have Great Deets joining us once again.
Every goddamn week. No, I'm sorry.
almost every week. And returning this time around, we have Ramen.
Hello.
And
2 times in a row, man.
Yeah, and his fancy new logo, actually.
I know. Look at that.
It's pretty
So
cool.
sexy.
Yeah. And the other people, Chris is out in Portland right now, and what was it? Our social media expert is off doing something else as well. So it's just us three talking about the news this morning. And first, I want to thank everybody who is in this Twitch channel watching this right now. But let's let the show begin. So, with that in mind, let's see where to begin. Well, I think we can start here. So, Pokemon Go. You know, it's a trailer, the game that came out, and people seem to, really take an interest in. So, actually, let me see this title. Okay, so recently, let me put up the video too, actually. Recently, Google, Nintendo, and the Pokemon Company invest $20 million into Niantic for Pokemon Go. And Niantic is a game that, or it's a company that's making Pokemon Go. And I'll read a bit from the article itself from AndroidAuthority.com. So, and I'll read the first paragraph. So last month we first learned about Pokemon Go, a project involving Pokemon Company, Nintendo, and Niantic Labs. In short, Pokemon Go will build a sort of like an Ingress, but with the Pokemon theme, meaning the game you be encouraged to interact with the real world by walking around while catching virtual monsters thanks to the magic and augmented reality. This is cool. I mean, so when this was announced, people were really excited about the idea. People were really excited about the potential that this game could potentially be. And it definitely could be. But at the same time, it could definitely be something totally lame at the same time. But, as I say that, like, both Nintendo and Google invested the $20 million into this game, or into this project, which is pretty good money, if I dare say myself. So, yeah.
Well, we talked about this before, and I said that what would make this game be the standout, like, holy shit, I just did this sort of thing, is, those Microsoft, like, virtual reality goggles that they showed off, that they've been showing off, that, like that it had the Minecraft thing.
They showed him at E3.
Yeah. So, imagine, if you will, you're playing Pokemon Go, but you put on the goggles, and you get to see what they're showing in that trailer.
Yeah.
Pokemon just interacting within the world. But the problem that comes from that is that they would have to overscan the entire world. Because then you'd see, of course, Pokemon clipping through walls and junk. But we talked about this before, that the game itself is just going to be a, like, hey, I'm in the area, and let's check Pokemon Go, see if, or your phone just kind of, like, it beeps at you like a Pokedex or some shit like that, and the Pokemon's in the area. And you have to be in a specific radius of where the Pokemon, quote-unquote, is, and it'll be like, wild Pikachu appears. And then you use your phone, and you basically play a mini game on your phone to catch said Pokemon. I hope...
Sounds awesome to me.
I mean, yeah, I really don't think it's going to be more than that. If people are expecting more than that, then their expectations are way too high.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Like, the one thing that I would like for them to have, actually, it kind of goes in line with, I'm going to be going to, like, the Pokemon Regional Championship tomorrow. And the thing that I've learned about, like, this whole scene with, like, Pokemon is, like, it's really deep. And if they add like that layer that they have in the games into this mobile thing where it's like you can train your Pokemon and you can actually battle the people, then I think that's gonna just make it like the best ever.
You know what's funny?
Like sleeper hit, you know what I mean?
You know what's funny? It's like, now I'm thinking about it. You know what they should do? I mean, this is a cool idea, don't get me wrong. But we kind of already had something like that. It's called Amiibos with Smash.
Yeah.
Because in Smash, you can train your Amiibo to exactly the playstyle that you are in the game. And then once you have that Amiibo trained, then if you play other Amiibos, then they can, basically have a Pokemon battle in a sense.
Yeah.
Here's my only argument against that.
Okay.
Is it really that much fun to just know that things are happening?
For somebody
what?
I mean, for somebody who really enjoys Pokemon in that universe, I say yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of.
I think to a point. I don't know. I think it's. To me, I don't think it's fun to sit there and like, well, I have to go out to the store, and then you get home, you're like, well, my Pokemon had 3 battles on the way home. Like, that's not fun. I mean, to me, that's not fun. What's fun about Pokemon Go is your phone kind of goes boop, 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 and it says, there's a trainer in the area. And you decide whether or not you want to battle. I don't think... The whole idea of Pokemon, the game itself, is the battle system, is catching Pokemon and battling other trainers.
Yeah.
That's 90% of the fucking game. If you wipe away the whole actual battling system, then what the fuck is the point of Pokemon? To look at cool Pokemon?
Yeah, essentially.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Is like I 100% agree with that. Like if like it doesn't come with a battle system to where I could be like, hey Anthony, pull out your fucking phone. We're getting this shit on like right now, and I can like have my moves and pick them and use them so like that. Then it's gonna be a disappointment.
Even if it doesn't have a battle system, I think it would still have a pretty good following.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it will have a battle system. I'm not saying that it won't. I just don't think it'll have an automated battle system that just goes off whether you're on the phone or not. I don't think that's the case. I think you'll have to actually battle. I think you'll actually have to have your phone out and be like, yeah, I'm in the area. If other trainers are, let's battle. Like, I think that's what's going to happen. Because, I mean, in the trailer, we see that, we see the Snorlax versus the
Gyarados.
Gyarados, thank you. I wanted to say Dratini, and I was like, that's not right. I have to imagine that the guy on the bridge, like, had his phone activated, and the girl on the boat was just like, I'm going to look for people to fight real quick.
Yeah. I mean,
they even show a team battle system even. Like you see there's like the 3 chicks versus 3 dudes.
Yeah. Well, there's also the events, and I think the events are going to work really well at like conventions.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think you're going to get a fuck ton of people in the middle of Times Square to fight a fake, not actually there Mewtwo.
No,
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
no.
I will find.
If it's a fucking Mewtwo, they will shut down Times Square. Guarantee you, people will be there.
Any legendary Pokemon probably the same thing. What I will say though, it'd be funny if like they're in the middle of a battle, and then like somebody calls. It's like, oh crap, sorry guys, I need to take this call. You just leave.
Yeah, that's another issue that I see with it is like I get the whole automated thing, and I think the only time the automated thing should technically work is if it was like you pass 3 trainers and 5 Pokemon on your way to the store. That makes sense. Like it kind of shows you in the area where you were and where it is. But my phone, and this is something that you have to put into context. My phone's battery drains like a kid with a juice box when I have the location device on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It to have that on all the time for one single solitary game. I can't say that I'm excited for that.
I agree because like, and this is the reason why I don't play as many games on my phone, because it's a balance of like, how much do I want to use this for a phone, and how much do I want to use this to play games? Because if I play games more on my phone, that battery's gonna drain very quickly. Even with my charger I bring with me to charge back it up, and it's kind of that battle between like, because your phone's pretty essential, at least nowadays. Like if you need to contact somebody or look something on the internet, your phone's right there for it. So it's a cool idea. I think that people will still go nuts for it, even if they don't have a battle system, or if they do have a battle system. I think it's going to be fine on its own. Just look at Pokemon Snap. There was no battle in that game, and you took on.
See, I think, and right there, I think that Pokemon Go would have been a better Pokemon Snap app. You're going in the area, it's your phones have location on, and you're just like, click picture, click picture, click picture. And if you take a picture of the landscape, it then superimposes a Pokemon in that area. That would have been way fucking cooler.
Yeah.
IMHO.
I wouldn't doubt it. People have been clamoring for a new Pokemon Snap for the longest time anyway, so...
A real-world Pokemon game where you have to go around and catch Pokemon sounds awesome. But, you have to look at the logistics of it, and it just doesn't feasibly seem like something that is worth your time as much as some people think it is. Mm-hmm. Or at least they're anticipating it to be. And I really do feel that a mobile game where you get to have pictures on your phone of Pokemon in real-world landscapes. Like, there's a Pokemon around the corner, so you're kind of like, you pull up your phone, and it starts doing like an AR sort of thing on your phone, because they can do that. I've seen it. I've played games like that on my phone, so I know they can do it. And it just kind of looks around, all of a sudden you see a Pikachu come out of a bush, and you're like, click, got it! And then like, Oak pops up and is like, I give that a score of finger up my butthole. And you're like, yay, that's like top score right there. That, and then you share that picture to Facebook or Twitter. That seems way the fuck cooler to me than going, oh, who's the Pokemon in the area? Oh, let's and my phone goes off, and now I'm looking at a fake, colorful background with a Pikachu there, and he's staring at me, and I throw a rock at his head, and he goes, ugh, and then I catch him with a Pokeball, and then what? I post that to Twitter, like, and then I'm walking to the store, or I'm driving to the store, and as I get to the store, all of a sudden my phone goes, there's a trainer in the area who wants to battle, and you're like, oh, cool, and then you battle, and then you find out that there was actually no trainer, it was somebody else's phone that just was on standby. That's not as much fun. That's way not as much fun.
Yeah. A lot of things go wrong with this.
I should be working for these companies, guys.
I know, right? A lot of things can go wrong with this. At the same time, it's a huge investment. Google and what's the Pokemon company, like, put in 20 mil into this. So, money doesn't essentially equate to the game, but we'll see.
Oh, it'll be popular as fuck. Like,
oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm talking it down a little bit because of various reasons, but people will happily drain their battery for this game.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter what it, as long as it has to do with Pokemon in the real world, they're down 100%.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
I know. I'm down. I'm gonna like hit you up, Greg, and be like, "We're going Pokemon hunting." I thought you said we were supposed to go eat. Shut up, Greg. We're gonna find Pokemon.
What I think would be really cool is, have you guys ever heard of geocaching?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've actually gone on geocaching quests before.
Geocaching would be really fun. Like, it would be cool if it was like if Pokemon Go's like geocaching.
Yeah.
That would be really fucking fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Because I loved geocaching. I don't know. I haven't done it in a long goddamn time, but
Mm-hmm. Yep, it definitely be pretty cool. So, this next topic, we have to kind of go back in time for this one, because recently Rocket League announced that the DeLorean is going to be in the game now.
That's awesome.
This was from Back to the Future.
you know what next announcement I'd like from the company that made Rocket League? That's coming to the Xbox One. That'd be a great announcement. I'd love to hear that.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so recently,
Thanks for that pandering. Moving on.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, it'd be cool on Xbox One. It'd be pretty sick. It's cool the fact that Rocket League has exploded. Like, it was a game. It was, I wouldn't say quite it was like an indie game per se, but it was a game where it came out in the right time, and it just exploded in terms of like how many people jumped on this game and really enjoy it. And it's a really fun game.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like,
Yeah.
that's my favorite thing about Rocket League is and much like with Battlefront when I played it, even when you're losing, it's a blast. And that's important to put into context when talking about this game. I think that's why it's so popular, is that you could be getting your ass kicked and you're like, I'm still having fun. I'm frustrated, but I'm still having fun.
Yes,
So.
definitely. And the cool thing about it is like some of the cosmetics that are in the game are just hilarious and funny. Like, I've seen some cars with like a Fez hat, and like when they're going through down the field, like they're like literally leaving a trail of rainbows as they're going down the field. Just wacky stuff like that's really cool. And adding the DeLorean since it is like a Back to the Future like anniversary this month, it ties it all in. It's pretty cool that it's in there.
That's rad, yeah. Do you know how much it's gonna cost?
Funny you should ask that, actually, because I actually wrote the story about that on the site.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, let me bring it up real quick. Give me a minute, guys, as it loads up. Okay.
I will go ahead.
Okay, so I got the information here. So, it's going to be on sale on October 21st, so in about a few days. It's going to be
the anniversary of Back to the Future.
Yes. And it's going to
that's when Marty goes to the future. My bad. That's two different times.
Yes. And it's going for $199 on the PSN store.
That's
US,
awesome.
And on Steam as well.
That's fantastic. Like, I'm down for DLC that's that cheap. I don't care if it is a single car. That's awesome.
It also
Hell yeah.
You can also, like, if you want to have like the car pack that also includes the DeLorean and other cars as well, like $3, $4. So yeah, it's pretty damn cheap.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
So that's how you do DLC, guys.
Yeah. Yes.
God, remember? I think it was what was it? Mech Warrior for the Xbox. They had like DLC for like 75 cents for like certain mechs and stuff like that.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I was actually talking to a buddy the other day about because EA, of course, them being anticipating and excited about releasing Battlefront, they were like, hey, there's a $50 DLC pack, right? In a season pass, it comes, for the next year, whatever comes out. If you buy this $50 thing, you get all that. And it's like, that's fine. I see nothing wrong with that. But of course, there's people who are up in arms about it because, for various reasons, that the internet gets mad about stupid shit. And my reaction to it is like, yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that it's going to be available. I'm not buying it right away because that's fucking stupid. If I enjoy the game enough, if I play it in the first month or couple weeks and I know that I'm going to keep coming back to this game, then yes, I will spend that $50 on that DLC pack if I feel like I'm going to come back to the game. But if I feel like it's not going to be the major thing that I'm going to constantly coming back to, but I'm going to play it for a while, then I'll just buy the DLCs one at a time as they come out.
Yep.
Yeah, if like let's say all the DLCs come out. There's 3 DLCs, right? And they're $20 a piece. If I end up spending $60 over the course of a year for all the DLC, oh well, that's $10 extra in Disney's pocket. Why the fuck do I care? Like, why the fuck should anybody care? You're not spending... you know what? I'm not going to go on this rant. I'm not going to do it. Just drives me nuts. I just don't understand that mentality. So, I'm really surprised that people haven't, like, started flipping tables over a $2 car in Rocket League.
Right. No, it's fine. I mean, like, it's... Rocket League is doing it in a really good way. Their pricing for their DLC is at a pretty cheap price, and they're doing it right. Compared to other companies out there, they're definitely on the right track.
Oh yeah, other companies would have charged $5 for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Even more possibly, but yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, like it kind of, it's kind of cool to see from a company that's kind of like really gone from being like this company that nobody really knew about to like now it's like, oh hey, guess what? Like they have like all these esports going on and all this money coming in, you know, for them to put something out.
Yep, definitely.
That's so cheap. I mean, like myself, I haven't actually played Rocket League yet. I was actually thinking about picking it up over the weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
The thing I'd like to see Rocket League do for DLC is game types and maps. I think if you had, like, imagine, if you will, instead of just a flat ground with 2 goals, you have a flat ground, but the goals are basically up on these pedestals, and there's a semicircle in which the ball has to either leap over the thing in order to get into the goal, or you have to take it up the ramps into the goal.
That'd be cool.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I don't know, more game types, more maps. That's what I want to see for Rocket League, because right now it's just cars with soccer, and it's fun.
Yeah,
but the novelty of it can wear off fairly quickly if you weren't careful.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I would say the comparison, possibly, if you want to make it to that kind of model, is League of Legends or Dota 2. It's the same map.
No, you're right. You ain't wrong.
Yep. But yeah, Back to the Future. Also, if the Cubs win this year, I'm gonna just be like laughing my ass off.
Oh my god, I'm gonna put money in the Cubs.
Yeah, somebody was like, as soon as the seasons got into the playoffs, they were like, oh, I should have put money on the Cubbies, and that made me laugh immediately.
Nice. But anyways, going from the DeLorean and Back to the Future to the future itself, and some Star Wars Battlefront news.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Recently, there has been some news that has been coming out from Star Wars, or Star Wars Battlefront, I should say. And we talked about it on last week's show in terms of like our thoughts on the game is, where it's at. So there's a few things that was announced with Star Wars. So I will go off with the first one. First off, they announced their season pass, also with their ultimate edition of Star Wars Battlefront. And I'll read what it says. And this is for $120. So let's see. I'm gonna scroll down real quickly.
For anyone doing math, that's double the price it costs on the standard edition.
Yeah, agreed. So I'll read this verbatim off their site. So, to all the players of Star Wars Battlefront Beta, we are thrilled you're loving the beta and appreciated all the valuable feedback you provided the team at Dice. Now we've got some news we got some news we hope you like. We have decided to extend the beta. Oh, but that was already that's old. Okay, it's that part's already. It's hit the episode of 13, so that happened already this past week.
Right.
Another day for beta and companion will not only give you... Okay, yada. Okay, here we go. So, we're also excited to announce the Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass which extends the game with 4 expansion packs coming at a later date. Filled with new content taking you new locations across the galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Battlefront Pass owners will also secure 2-week early access to each expansion pack and exclusive Shoot First emote. In addition to the Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass today, we also revealed that Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition will include all the content available in the Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition as well as the Star Wars Battlefront Pass. So they're giving away a lot of stuff. Oh, here's
they're definitely trying. They're definitely trying to bring people in to buy those things because of those incentives. My only issue is that when you sit there and say, "Oh, you get it 2 weeks earlier than everybody else," you are segregating your audience, and this is something that like Evolve and oh god, there was another company that just did it. What the fuck was it? Damn it, I don't remember. But yeah, you're segregating your audience. Like, even if it is for just 2 weeks, you're enabling other players to be assholes and go, well, I'm elitist because I bought this early. So I'm not a giant fan of giving things away earlier to people who paid. But I understand the business model. I understand that it's a way for people, like, you're like, you know, imagine you're a consumer and you're like, well, I really want to play this stuff and I want to play it as soon as possible. So if I get it 2 weeks early, I'll fork over the extra cash. I get that mentality. I get that thought process. But, I mean, again, it's that whole, you're segregating and giving another part of the audience a reason to say that they're better. I mean, I go onto the Destiny forums because I've been playing a lot of it, trying to, you know, see if anyone's figured out how to get the new exotic or whatever. And the thing I see all the time is like the Guardians that have beaten the raid or that are over Light 300 are oh, I'm better than everybody else. I'm better than anyone under me. And or like they have a higher Grimoire score and they're like, oh well, I'm better than everybody else. It's like, no, you're not. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit for saying that.
And you're probably 12.
Probably.
Yep.
My favorite thing is that when somebody sits there and makes a giant sweeping complaint about a gun or an ability, and then all of a sudden, like, they made the thing, like, I don't know, 12 minutes ago, and then there's an edit at the bottom of their original post, and it's like, guys, please stop commenting on this. My mom's getting mad, my phone's going off, I'm supposed to go to bed. It's like, I clearly went into the wrong forum post.
So,
but point.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I'll say point is that I think the DLC is fine. I think that what they want to do with the DLC and the stuff they have coming out is great. How they're releasing it, I'm not 100% cool with, just because, again, you're creating a bunch of fucking little I'm better than you kids, and I'm not down with that.
I understand what you're saying, and the thing about it like, for these companies, like, you're trying to find some way to make it more enticing. This is the year that Star Wars 7's coming out. You know, people who are excited about Battlefront, you know, want to have some tie-in with the movie or something to that nature. But funny that they announced this, because recently there's been some news in terms of like other things with Star Wars Battlefront that's not quite getting some positive attention. So recently, there was a question on Twitter to the Star Wars official Twitter for Battlefront. And they asked, will there be just a team deathmatch, and can we chat with other players on our team? Please make this happen. And they responded, you can choose your favorite third-party software to communicate with friends on PC. So they do
because
not...
Because Origin is shit.
So they do not support voice implementation into the PC version of the game, but will utilize PS4 and Xbox One built-in party system for in-game chat. So for PC players, you have to go on Skype or on other third parties to communicate.
Can I make an argument against why people shouldn't be pissed off about that?
Why?
Because most people already do it. I personally don't know a
That is
PC
true.
gamer that doesn't use a third-party system in order to chat originally, because there is no, like, with Xbox Live and with fucking PSN, 9 times out of 10, people are already in a private chat, a private party, chatting with their people, because they don't want to hear the people in the game. At least anyone my age group.
Well, funny you should mention that too, Greg, because news came out that Star Wars Battlefront won't have private matches at launch.
Ooh.
Well, okay, whatever. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if you want to have a, well, that's true actually.
Well, if you figure like, all right, let's have let's have a Battlefront tournament. Okay, it's like, well, you can't do that because there's no private match system. And when it comes to a PC first-person shooter, that's where like a lot of people like to play, you know. And to not,
Okay,
I mean, like it. I mean, I'm not saying it's like a deal breaker and that for the game, not by any means, but you know, it's something that.
Well, let me put you in the
gamer.
You know, I'm saying not necessarily you, Ramen, but let me put anyone who's using that argument in this particular position.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you are a developer and you're trying to code this game and make it look as cool as possible because it's Star Wars and you want to make Star Wars fans as happy as humanly possible. So you make the thermal imploder sound awesome. You make the walker stepping on snow sound fucking awesome. You make sure that the lightsabers sound awesome. You even go and you get the fucking rights to put the Wilhelm scream in the game so that way it pops up occasionally when someone dies. That's awesome.
Okay.
And somebody goes, well, what about chat in game? Oh, okay, let's try to code that in. Let's try to make that work. Well, we got it working on the consoles because that's primarily where we developed this game. Let's try to make it work on PC. Guys, it's not working. It's really, really buggy. It's either one of two things. We delay the game or we just don't add it into the PC version. Let's not add it in. It's not that important. It's not that big of a deal. Hey, guys, so we made this game exclusively to be online, but some people want to have private matches. What are the numbers on that? What are the numbers? We have 9 million people who are ready to buy the game, and maybe about 100,000 of them want private matches. Sorry, 100,000. You're a really, really small number in comparison to the people buying the game, so you're kind of left in the dust. Deal with it. It's just too hard to code right now. Maybe we can add it in later as an update, but it's not coming to launch because it was not something that we intended or designed with the game. And you have two options as the consumer. You go, all right, I understand because it's hard to code games, or you go, I'm a temper tantrum baby butt, and I'm going to make a big deal out of this because I deserve things because I'm a consumer. Which one do you want to be?
That is true, Greg.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but really, I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna end up doing it. Either, I mean, if they don't find some way to put it in by themselves, then they'll find some way to make private matches happen.
Yeah, I mean, like, if there's a will, there's a way. There's mods that people can use on PC. It's been like this for years.
Yeah.
So it won't be a deal
I'm not
breaker,
saying that it's
but...
not possible. I'm not saying that it's not possible. But if most PC users today don't use in-game chat, then and it became a situation where it was buggy on launch for PC, then you take that shit out of the game and work on it on the side, and then release the game when it said it was going to be released.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, okay, look, I'm pretty sure we can agree, as far as like the voice thing goes, it doesn't really matter, because like, even if it had in-game chat, I'm still going to be on Mumble, or fucking other fucking places on Skype or whatever like that, like while I'm playing. But to me, I feel like being able to host private matches could possibly maybe, you know, hold the game back in a way.
Just a tad.
It's you know what I mean? Because I mean, it's just kind of like, okay, we have this big community of players, and all these teams that are coming up, and we want to start hosting tournaments. Let's start making this game a fucking esport. But oh wait a minute, we have to like wait for us to be able to host private matches, to hold scrims, or to hold matches against other teams.
I don't think it's going to hold back the game at all.
I don't think.
I really don't.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think that the esports side of it, like, let that develop naturally. I mean, I kind of find it annoying with these companies coming out and saying, like, you know, that most of their game is going to be esports centric, and they got these commentators and this huge pot of money. Let that develop naturally. In terms of Battlefield or Battlefront, if it does do an esports scene, you know, that's cool if it develops. But in the meantime, it's just going to be a game where people play, and it's going to tie into the movie, and people are going to buy the crap out of it because it's Star Wars.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know that you two and a lot of people really enjoy the competitive video game scene. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have merit. I'm not saying that it's a dumb thing in any way, shape, or form. But I do have to point out that it is absolutely secondary when it comes to just having the game out there for consumers.
Agreed.
If for some reason, like the private matches, maybe they worked on it. I can't imagine that they wouldn't work on it. But when they did, they had noticed that there were bugs with it. And they were like, well, it's either we just take it the fuck out or we work on it later or something like that, because I'm imagining in my head right now that they had discovered a bug where somebody could boost and get all the unlockables without having gone online doing private matches.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, we don't want another fucking Arkham Knight situation on our hands.
Yeah, that's the thing too to also think about. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fine. Like, I think EA undershit with their DLC, but like how Arkham Knight was dealt was pretty awful. So
yeah, I don't. When it comes to games, when it comes to releasing content at all, if you have the attitude of fuck it, then that's not right. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck it. Like, make it work.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, get it the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Well,
work on it later.
I mean, like, I kind of feel like, all right, this game is being pushed towards these online multiplayer battles, these awesome places you go and stuff like that, and being in the universe, and that should be top priority.
Agreed. So, I feel like this next one's going to be a rather big thing on the horizon. When I mean big, I mean new console smell big.
Oh, yeah.
So, recently, Nintendo began distributing software kit for NX in 2016. And there's an article posted about it, and I'll read a short bit from that as well. Nintendo company has begun distributing software development kit for its new NX video game platform. People familiar with the matter suggesting the company is on track to introduce the product as early as next year. The kit is used by third-party software developers to modify existing games for the platform or create new ones. Video game console makers such as Nintendo like to have popular games titles ready when they start selling new devices. No duh. Nintendo's current flagship products are on the Wii U, a console typically used in the living room, and the portable 3DS devices. Both have been out for several years, leading analysts to predict that the Kyoto-based entertainment powerhouse will move swiftly to bring out the NX. And kind of goes on to say, more details about that, including kind of what Iwata's kind of goal in the company was.
Yeah. Okay. The big word in that to really take a note of is third party.
That's huge. That's huge if you think about it.
That's fucking huge for Nintendo.
That's huge.
Because the third party devs on the Wii U have basically been like non-existent.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Well, I think Nintendo's finally getting to that point where they're like, the Wii came out and they're like, oh my god, we can do this on our own. Oh shit, we're not selling games because people just wanted this as a novelty. It's fine, we'll release the Wii U. Hey guys, fuck, we need your help. We can't do this on our own. That's what they're coming to the realization of.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, this was the first year, I think, in the company's history, besides the early years, where the company operated at an actual loss.
Yep.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing too is like, so the possibility of the NX coming next year, there's been speculation as far as like what the type of console it could be, what direction Nintendo could be taking. So it can go either two ways for Nintendo, and it's kind of gonna be curious for like what direction they're gonna go towards. Are they going to keep to the maintain direction to the crowd where it's going to be kind of the Wii type of crowd, where they're very casual, they kind of people want to come and just play a game and don't have to worry about anything lore wise or anything of the nature? Or are they going to go back kind of to the GameCube era and like trying to make game as games for the core audience? And having that third-party support is really vital. As we've seen in the past, Nintendo has not had a good history since the Wii launched with third-party companies with the consoles. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. And, this may be Nintendo's last console. Who knows? And we keep saying that, but we somehow, like, Nintendo finds a way to find some success in some of their game titles. So, take it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is probably like the best thing that could possibly happen to the company.
You think so?
In like a while. Yeah. I mean, because they've been operating at a loss. They're way behind as far as like the other consoles go. No third-party support whatsoever. The console is lacking power that you see nowadays. A lot of features that you see nowadays. And knowing them, the way this is probably going to work out is they're going to announce the console and be like, hey, remember that Zelda game that we were working on for the Wii U that was supposed to come out in like a year or so? Guess what? It's going to be on the NX. You better buy one. And then they're going to also port over games that came out like this year, like Call of Duty or something like that.
It would be the irony in that would be hilarious. For those who don't know, Nintendo did the same thing with the GameCube and with the Wii for the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, where they had the GameCube version, but then they also ported it to the Wii version. Or no, let me reverse that. They had the Wii version as its initial console to play it on, but they ported that to the GameCube version. And if that's the case for this version, which it could be, that would be very ironic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I mean, I'm excited to see a new console. I'm always excited to see new consoles when they come out, and it gets this, people in the media really excited. It gets people excited to wait, outside of a Best Buy around like midnight to 2 in the morning. Those type of things are always cool to see. And
I'm really excited to see where it goes. I hope it works. I really do hope it works.
Yeah.
Agreed. No argument here. So Nintendo's future may be relied on this one console, but we'll see. We'll see how things turn out.
I just hope it doesn't have another stupid gas gimmick. Hey, motion controls. Hey, it's great.
It's Nintendo. Of course, it's gonna have a stupid ass gimmick.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just hope it works. That was not really stupid. Where they announce the console, they're like, "Hey, guess what? You can do this," and then I just hope I don't have to fucking facepalm again, like when I saw the Wii U.
Yeah. All I'd say to close it out is bring back the vitality sensor. So.
Oh God, bring back the Power Glove.
All right, so last topic of the show before we end it out. Like our title says, beta, 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 as to say in Europe. Where is my actual
Beta?
Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Okay. So the next coming weeks, and especially last week, we so far this past month we've seen a lot of betas have been coming out, and some big ones. Last week we talked about Star Wars. Next week or the coming weeks we have Battleborn, Overwatch, and Street Fighter V, all within the same area of each other.
And then actually going on right now, this weekend is the Dark Souls 3
that's right.
stress test.
It's true.
That is very true. Forgot about that. Dark Souls 3, another big one out there as well. So, with all these betas coming out, let me ask you guys something, because you already know my answer for which one's probably my favorite. Like, which beta are you more excited for if you were able to play it?
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Battleborn.
Battleborn.
Overwatch. Oh my God! I can't wait.
So why? So why? Overwatch.
It just looks fucking awesome, and really just the gameplay, like it looks like so fast and fluid. Like when I watch gameplay of it, it really makes me think of like the old days of well, not really Quake so much. Unreal Tournament, like the way you're jumping around and how fast the gameplay looks, you know. And then every single character you play as is so different, has so many different things they can do. Like it's so varied. It's
an elite international
so
task
fucking awesome.
force charged with ending the war and restoring liberty to all nations.
They have a guy who
Overwatch.
shoots balls.
Soldiers,
His
scientists,
weapons are his
adventurers,
balls.
oddities,
It's funny. I like the fact that one of the
guardians
characters
who
looks
secured
like a
global
Marvel
peace
character.
for a generation.
Yeah.
Under its steadfast protection,
So I like it. I'm
the world recovered. And today,
great. What
though its watch is
excited about?
Battleborn. So the reason that I'm more excited about Battleborn than Overwatch, not to say that Overwatch doesn't look cool. Overwatch is a shooter, primarily. Battleborn has swords, and guns, and magic.
So does Overwatch.
I haven't seen any swords in Overwatch.
Yeah.
Hanzo.
Hanzo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other aspect, the reason that Battleborn is just slightly over Overwatch for me, and again, I'm not saying Overwatch isn't cool by any measure, because it is, but the fact that it's being written by... okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you a couple questions about Overwatch real quick. Does it have a campaign?
I would assume so. I mean, it is Blizzard we're
Yeah,
talking about.
well, there is a story to it.
Yeah.
So it's not just a first-person shooter MOBA.
No.
I mean,
Calling it a MOBA is a big stretch.
yeah, it's
Definitely not a MOBA.
It's not a MOBA. It's another multiplayer shooter. In terms of story wise, like
Oh, this is Battleborn.
yeah, you're watching it now. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was trying to remember it. Yeah, this game looks pretty fucking awesome too.
It does.
I don't know much about Overwatch, to be honest with you. I've just seen a couple things of it, and I saw like a little bit of gameplay of it, and it looked like it was just a shooter that had MOBA elements in it. And it looked like it was just a multiplayer game. I did watch the trailer for it, and it looked like that had some story, but I thought maybe that was just a preliminary, like, here are some characters and a cool little cutscene that we made. I know for a fact that with Battleborn, it's made by 2K. You tell me that there's two games that are very similar in likeness. One's made by the guys who did Borderlands, the other one's made by Blizzard, and I'm like, I'll take the one made by Borderlands, just because I know that the writing is going to be funnier. The writing is going to be clever.
Yeah. I mean, it's apples to oranges, but yeah, I can see your point.
Yeah, well, I mean, this seems more like a co-op, whereas Overwatch is more of a straight up first-person shooter deathmatch type of game.
I'll be watching some of the closed beta on, because that's the other thing that you got to keep in mind is that the Overwatch beta can be streamed. Blizzard is absolutely okay with you streaming it. There's a strong NDA for fucking Battleborn that's like, don't talk about it on anything publicly, don't write about it on anything publicly, and don't you dare fucking stream that shit.
So wait, is it is it a closed beta?
It's very much a closed beta, but it's like super close. Like I can talk to you guys privately about it, but I cannot talk about it on the podcast. I can't write about it on the website. I can't stream it, and I can't make YouTube videos.
I see. Well, how long is the NDA up for?
For the duration of the beta.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I'll find out more specifics later about when I can talk about it publicly, or write about it publicly. But yeah, I can get in trouble for that because I already signed it.
Gotcha. I hear you. Super secret stuff.
See, I'm looking at stuff about Overwatch, and it absolutely has a storyline to it. I can't really see if the storyline, because like that's the thing about Battleborn is that it has campaign levels that you go through, and there's going to be a bunch of those levels. Then there's like 3 different multiplayer types that like are versus. Then there's survival horde mode sort of things that you can do.
Right.
In each mode, there's a beginning part that is like a MOBA, where the character that you've chosen to play as starts at 0, and you level up as you play, like a MOBA. And there's a helix system, a double helix system that every character has. Each time you choose the next thing that you want on your character as you're leveling up, it can have an adverse effect on the next thing. Or like this thing that you do will affect the thing down here that you unlock. So there's a ton of different combinations you can have with one character.
Yeah, that's
on
cool.
25 different characters.
Conflict. As the world teetered on the brink of anarchy,
there is a MOBA
a new hope arose.
It's really funny.
An elite
because,
international
well, there's
task
3 game
force
types. So there's the standard
charged with
deathmatch sort of
ending the
thing.
war and restoring
5-on-5.
liberty to all nations.
Then there's the MOBA game type, which
Overwatch.
is get your
soldiers,
things
scientists,
to go to their base and destroy their
adventurers,
thing while going through
oddities,
towers on a 3-lane
guardians
thing.
who
That sounds
secured global
really fun.
peace for a generation.
Like that type of game.
Right,
Under
and then
its
there's a
steadfast
3rd game
protection,
type, which is
the
really funny to
world
me, that there's a
recovered.
giant pit of lava in the center of the
And
map,
today,
and you have to
though
get
its
your
watches
minions to
ended,
jump into that lava.
It's
The team that
soaring
gets the most
ideals
minions into
of
that lava
freedom
wins.
and equality.
It's almost kind of
will
like
never be forgotten.
Smite's Arena, which I was a huge fan of.
so cool. In that one battle, they had Soundquake.
So like I'm looking
Remember, he
forward
had,
to
like,
all of
chest
that, and I don't know if Overwatch has all that. Like I'm looking at its thing right here, and it has
Tracer.
2.
Yeah, Tracer.
Because Overwatch
She's like,
currently has 2
"Here's
game
the
modes. That's
cavalry's
it.
here."
As payload, the attacking team must escort a vehicle to a certain delivery point before time runs out, while the defending team must stop them. The vehicle moves along a fixed track.
Yeah, so
player
it's,
on attack.
it's the same as
That's doing
what the fuck is that game? Sorry, stretching.
They said he
TF2?
could level a
Yeah.
skyscraper.
Okay, alright, I know what that is. And then there's
And
point
remember, he
capture.
was all fighting
Attacking
and
team must
Winston
attempt to
beat
capture
him,
points on the
and
map
was
while
like,
defending team must stop
"Primal
them.
power!"
Okay, so payload and point capture do not sound like a MOBA. But my question is does it have MOBA-like elements into the regard of you go into the new level with like a character that's a 0 and then you level them up?
No. Like I said,
Okay.
it has nothing really to do with MOBA.
So
like,
why are these 2 getting compared?
The only reason why
they're shooters, I guess.
they're very similar in the sense of like how exactly they are put together. One is more of a shooter and has a very light touch of MOBA in the sense that you get these abilities that are mapped to your keys via the same thing as a MOBA would be, the Q, W, E, R, T. And the reason why it's getting compared to Battleborn is because they're kind of a similar art style if you look at it too. They're kind of going for that kind of cartoony look as well.
Sure, I get that, but that's dumb if you're sitting there like one or the other.
Well, see, I think it's mainly just because of the fact that both games have characters that are very different from each other, and they each have their own abilities, like a character would have in like Heroes of the Storm or League of Legends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think like that's the only reason why. But if you look at them, like completely different games.
Yeah.
They're absolutely different games. Like I was reading
games.
Yeah, I was reading stuff about it. I because people were comparing it so closely, and I was so excited for Battleborn that I had just kind of assumed that Overwatch was basically like Battleborn, is why people were comparing it. But now that I look at it, Overwatch seems more like Blizzard's answer to Team Fortress 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the reason why, most of these arguments are brought up is because you have one community versus another community. It's basically just League versus Dota talks. And that is an endless conversation. Like, which one is better? When essentially they're the same thing with a slight difference.
You were not wrong in saying that comparing the two is like comparing apples and oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, that's cool. I think Battleborn looks really cool. I personally more excited for Overwatch. Aside from like the other obvious beta that's happening in a few weeks for PC, and that is Street Fighter 5. But it's cool. It's pretty awesome for sure.
So for Street Fighter 5. Okay, so hold on. Let's go through this. So Battleborn is closed beta.
Yes.
Overwatch is open beta.
Yes.
And then Street Fighter 5 for PS4, you had to have pre-ordered the game. Mm-hmm. But do you know the details behind the PC?
So the PC version is happening. Actually, this is the beta I'm talking about. It's coming up pretty soon, and it's going to be a test of cross-platform play. So PC players will play against PS4 players. And on top of that, there'll be in this beta you'll be playing with the new characters. So you get to play as Vega, Karen, Mika,
Ken and Rashid, I think.
I think it's Ken is what they're going to put in.
Yeah, I'm for sure it's Ken.
Yeah, but I know Karen and Mika are not going to be available right away. They're going to test out the distribution service first on like the weekend, so you get like the two characters like a day or two after. But essentially, like it's good. That's the beta test they're doing, and they're pretty cool when it comes to streaming Street Fighter 5.
Yeah. But I mean, so how do you get into the beta on the PC side?
You would have to pre-order the game on PC, which is $40. And I'm gonna be stupid not to do so because I want to play it on my PC. Because you know what I found out? My stick won't work on the PS4, even though they're gonna put that technology into it. So I'm about to play it on my PC.
Yeah, I was gonna get it for PC too, as well.
I can run it.
I'll watch the game, guys. I'll look at it real good.
But I mean that's kind of our excitement level for our betas for the next coming weeks. So that's gonna do it for the show. Already an hour just went by, crazy. Before we go, Greg, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Tumblr. Jesus Christ.
Ew.
Yeah, no kidding. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching for Chub Rock Geek. You can find my reviews on our YouTube page and on the site if I ever actually write one again, which I haven't in a long time. And you can find me streaming on Half Empty Energy Tank every Saturday. Just go to twitch.tv/halfemptyenergytank and hit that follow button and tune in between 5 and 9 if you're on the West Coast.
Awesome. Ramen, where can they find you on the internet?
Oh, got my voice. You can find me On Twitter, ExaltedRamen7. Here on Twitch, at twitch.tv/ExaltedRamen7. You can find me here also at Mr. Star Podcast, talking and streaming and doing all those other nice things.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say nasty things.
Those little nasty things. God, no.
Cool. Awesome. And if you want to follow me personally on Twitter, you can follow me at @ThePickedNaruto. You can follow the work that we all do on the website at missionstartpodcast.com. If you enjoy this podcast, either be Twitch video or audio, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and Stitcher for Mission Start Podcast. If you enjoy convention talk, if you enjoy our conversations about our previous experiences at conventions such as TwitchCon, which was a convention that I talked about last week with Facilias Cameron, go check out the Conover, which also hosted on our website, as well as on iTunes and Stitcher. And if you enjoy comic books, movies, entertainment, and everything in between, I suggest check out the Rolling 20s, which is also hosted on our website, as well as on iTunes and Stitcher. And
Go do it right now.
yes. And also, if you're watching this either right now live or in the past, be sure to hit the follow button on our Twitch channel right below me, right there.
Do it.
With my finger's pointing at. Not the
Do it
MSP
right now.
logo, but yeah, that thing.
Ramen's your hype man, apparently.
So yeah, hit the follow button. We are live at Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. For an hour on this channel every Saturday, unless something comes up.
Yes, sir. So every Saturday, get your coffee and get your gaming news.
Yes, exactly.
And get a bunch of nerds arguing about it.
Yeah.
There's that too. It's not just gaming news. It's like, oh, the internet's being stupid again. That's pretty much every episode of this podcast.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life?
That's a
I've asked
question.
myself that question for a while now.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, well, that's gonna do it. So until then, we'll see you guys next time.